Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So today has been relatively stable, relatively quiet. Today has been a pretty good day. We haven't seen that bloody Sunday yet. So I do want to talk about that. Is it still coming? Is it coming tomorrow? But also I want to show you guys something blast from the past. A video, a stream I did roughly a year ago, a little bit more than a year. And I want to show you just how bad things were. Just how bad things were. If you thought now is bad, I'm going to show you how bad things were. And even then, I stayed strong. I tried to convince people to stay in the game. And it was during those times, mass panic times, mass dips, is when Bitcoin millionaires, they were made, because those were the golden times, the golden opportunities. Though at that time, it did not feel like it at all. And no, Bitcoin didn't just pump up right afterwards. It took months upon months, grueling months of volatility and staying low and FUD and all that, despite the fact that, yeah, Bitcoin was down and it seemed like it was dead. Compared to now, it's it's night and day. So I'm going to show you how real Bitcoin millionaires are made. They're made during dips, during the downs. They're not made when things are sky high, right? And that's the difference. And I'm going to show you guys something I think you guys will enjoy. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All right, guys, let's do this. Daniel right away with a super chat. Do you think Bybit referral shillers are partly to blame for capitulating paper hands? I can't deny that I think it is. It definitely contributed. Let's say it that way, because look at all the mass liquidations we have seen. These kind of derivative exchanges didn't really exist, or not. They weren't as prevalent. Let's just say back in 2017, right? You have BitMax and Bitfinex, but that was about it. You didn't really have a lot of these Bybit, Phemex, and others, and even you got to put Binance in there and all these others that really started to push leverage. And leverage, we know, is devastation. It wrecks people in an instant. And not only that, it wrecks the entire community too. There's just a lot of liquidations, a lot of short pressure, right? So yeah, I don't think it's good. Ever since I've always maintained, don't use leverage. Just don't do it. It's not really beneficial at all. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin. It's a little bit lower, 34.7. People are getting antsy whether or not this Bloody Sunday may be moved to Bloody Monday. It could. This morning I said, you know what? Even though it looks like we inverted it, things were pretty calm and stable and looking pretty good, especially with altcoins that actually rallied up. Some rallied up significantly, right? We could see it turn back around and go a little bit lower, right? It could go back to some of these previous lows we have seen, right? It could go down to like 33, 31, even 30,000, right? It could. Let's not take that out of the picture, but even so, does that mean you should panic? Should you just start panic selling? Should you just panic overall? Should you just exit a market because you think the market is dead? Well, for me, I don't think so. I don't believe the bull market is over. I've said that many times. I still believe that we are in a bull market. And even looking at previous bull markets with the bull run with the last year, the 4-year cycle, we have seen periods where Bitcoin takes a dip and there's volatility and it goes sideways for a few months, and it's all perfectly normal leading up to the blow off top, which goes up tremendously for the last 2 cycles that came very last 3 months of the year, like October, November, December, right? So we're still very early. We haven't hit June yet, but you know what? We have a lot of room. We have a lot of time left, right? So can Bitcoin go sideways for a little bit before moving back up to 50, 60? Sure. Do I believe it's going to happen? Yes, absolutely. Do I believe it's time to panic sell? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because you know what? That horrendous, huge dip that a lot of people are predicting may never come. The best strategy I still feel like is to have cash on the side, to be able to buy the dips when they present themselves and hold them. And that's really it. I still believe that. And that is something that I've been preaching and practicing myself for a very, very, very long time. Now, yeah, I was on Digital Asset News today with Rob. I think everyone calls him Dan. It's just abbreviation for Digital Asset News, but his name's Rob. Nice guy. First time I've been on his channel, and I feel like we have a lot in common. Our views are the same. He's a fundamental guy, not so much a TA guy, but still. I have this idea of creating like a new segment or a new show to just have a bunch of people that I like and just chat crypto, right? And yeah, I might do that. And maybe Rob or Jason or Rand or whoever could join me, right? So I'm thinking about doing that. I think you guys will enjoy it too. But anyways, okay. So let me play this video. Okay, this is a video I found, and many people in this live chat are still here with me. There's a lot of people that's still with me. Like Phil, I know. Hellcat, I know. And there's others in here. OSBTC. Yes, a lot of these guys have been with me for a very long time, and I know there's more I didn't mention. But, a lot of these guys have seen the best and worst of me. There's been times before, even on these streams, I was very, very, very depressed. You'll see in this one, I was absolutely depressed and drunk, and my hair was a mess, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff happening. And that is because this was a horrific time. Bitcoin fell from basically $10,000 down to $3,800. Yes, it basically fell like 50% within a few days. And yes, look at it. This was when Bitcoin was falling down to the 3,000 ranges. Okay, so if you're complaining about Bitcoin being at 30,000, imagine Bitcoin at $3,000. So this stream started at 4,200, right? So let me play a little bit. Let me play a little bit of this, and just kind of show you and skip along. I'm not gonna force you to watch this whole thing. It's like an hour long. But let me play a little bit and just kind of show you guys. Hey, you know what? When things look like they can't get any worse, okay, that it's all go absolutely collapse, and everyone is telling you to get out and out and out and out, that is when you buy in. You buy in because you buy when others are fearful, when blood is in the street. If you believe in what you're buying, which is Bitcoin in this case, and altcoins. I'm going to show you how low altcoins are. This is when millionaires are made. You buy during these opportunities. You don't buy a top. You don't buy a top expecting that you could make the millions or billions, right? You buy when things are low. So let me play this real quick for you guys. Let's do this. And just go play a few minutes. Trust me, I'm not going to play the whole thing. Special late night session of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency news. You guys know me. I am George, and today is a very, very strange day. Over my last, I don't know, since 2013, 2014, last 7 years, been in Bitcoin. I had never seen a day like today. Yes, we have seen drops. We have certainly seen drops with Bitcoin and altcoins, but not one like today. So is the end near? That's what we all want to know. So let's have a good discussion. I have my bottles ready. Hopefully you guys too. And let's do this. you could see I was a little wasted already, but my hair was a mess. This was a late night stream because Bitcoin took absolutely like a dump out of nowhere. Okay, it just dumped from nowhere. Or as well as you could be. Not that much left in this bottle. So in case I'm done with this in my stream, I got a whole other bottle just in case. Just 2 bottles. Just in case it's needed. Just in case. That's what I'm drinking tonight. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Or as well as you could be with a day like today. And I meant it. I have not seen a drop day like today ever since my time here within the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world, I guess. It is definitely a very, very strange and very scary day. I mean, honestly, there's no way to describe really what's happening when Bitcoin fell from, at the morning, it was about 7,400 and has fallen to 4,200 and it was just 4,100. So basically, you're talking about almost half gone. And in some altcoins, it is literally half gone overnight. Now, why is this different from the times before? You can even hear me open up the bottle at that time, right? So yeah, I'm showing this to give you perspective, okay? Right now, yeah, dropping from 50,000 to 35,000 to possibly 30,000 I'm not gonna take away from that. It's still a big percentage drop, right? But to put things in perspective, Bitcoin is above $30,000. At this time, Bitcoin was at $4,200. 4,200, and it did go as low as 38. I don't know if it's like before, like a little bit after I streamed, right? So think about it. That was almost 10x lower, and that was only 2020, March 12th. This video is from March 12th of 2020. Okay, I'm not showing you 2017. I'm not showing you 4 years ago. I'm showing you basically 1 year ago the situation we were in. And many people don't even remember this. Many people don't remember that during the pandemic when the Dow fell down, to 20,000 or whatever, Bitcoin crashed hard. Out of the blue. You could see it from this chart. Going stable and then boom, down like 50%, right? So, yeah, that just shows you how things were back then. It was really dire. You could tell I was just like out of it, right? But yeah, look at CMC right here. Look at CMC right here. Literally, things were down 40, 50%. Bitcoin down 42 freaking percent. Ethereum down 45%. This is overnight, one day. Look at that. XRP down 40%. EOS down 47%. Binance Coin down 49%. But look at these figures. Ethereum at $102. 102. Where are we now? We're like almost, what was it? 2,300. Okay. Look at even Litecoin at 28. Look at EOS at $1.60. Binance Coin at $8. $8, right? This is my point. When blood is in the streets, even if it's your own blood, even if you think that you have been absolutely decimated and you just you can't take it anymore, okay? These are the times when millionaires are made. These are the times had you bought and dollar cost average and just simply hodled just from 1 year ago to today, you would be up hundreds to thousands of percents. So literally, if you had $10,000 in the market, you could be at well above 6 figures and in some cases 7 figures. And that's with $10,000. And I know a lot of you guys have more than that. A lot of you guys have less than that. I understand. But this is the time, right? This is the time when it was just a buying opportunity. Let's just put it that way. Golden buying opportunity. So right now, I'm correlating with before and now, kind of giving you perspective. Yes, it seems like it's dire. Yes, it seems like, things are crashing down and the world is coming to an end for Bitcoin and crypto. No. No, it's not. Even 1 year ago, Bitcoin was 10 times less than where it was now. And Ethereum was 20 times less than where it is now. So putting this perspective, this is okay. This is normal. We will get through it. We will get through it. But this is why I always preach dollar cost average and HODL, because it works. Because those people that dollar cost average and bought the dips, right, they continue to hold despite the fact it may seem like a rational decision at that point, because it seemed like everything was crashing and that there was no end in sight, and people thought Bitcoin was going to crash down to 1,000 and possibly just crash to zero. Guys like Peter Schiff and guys like that would just say it's going to zero, right? So many people got fudded out. There was just so much fear. But the ones that stuck around, they're the multimillionaires of today. 1 year later. Not 10 years ago, not even 4 years ago. I'm talking about just 1 year ago. Just 1 year ago, right? And then I just go play this last part here. I think it's somewhere around here. It's going to be a golden buying opportunity. Millionaires are made in recession times. Billionaires are made in recession times, okay? They're not made when things are going up. They're made when people are buying low and buying dirt cheap, buying things pennies on the dollar. That's how millions and billions are made. So we'll have to follow that. We'll have to follow that and take opportunity when it presents itself. So ultimately, that's what it comes down to. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I would also suggest if you... All right, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. All right, so message is the same. Message is the same. You know what? Millionaires and billionaires, they make their wealth during recession, during bad times, right? We are nowhere near as bad as we were 1 year ago. But we are down from our previous highs just 3 weeks ago. But you know what? My point is this. There's a lot of negativity out there. I know that. A lot of negativity, a lot of fear, and a lot of people haven't been through this. A lot of newcomers in this space, they want to make quick money. They made quick money possibly with Dogecoin, but now they're not. Dogecoin has come down. Dogecoin has not been going up to the moon anymore, right? I literally know so many people that are only in Dogecoin, right? And it's very scary for them. And hopefully some of you guys watching, are people that are like that have got in and realized that now things aren't going to the moon forever, right? So what should you do? Should you panic sell and take a loss, or can you continue to HODL and dollar cost average? I always preach the second. There's a lot of people that'll tell you this is the way things are going to go. This is the way things are going to go, right? A lot of people are telling you there's going to be a doomsday drop. They thought it was going to come today, didn't come. Maybe it's going to come tomorrow. This is what I say about predictions and TA, right? They're great and they work until they don't. We just don't know with crypto. It's very volatile, a lot of manipulation going on. It could go up suddenly, it could go down suddenly. And a lot of times the charts and patterns will be accurate, but then there will be times where it's not, right? But the one factor, the one way that has always made people money with Bitcoin and the good crypto, the good altcoins, is simply by holding. You buy long term, you're buying as investment, you're not putting more money than what you could afford to lose, and you're taking advantage of the dips and you're holding. That is it. That works. That worked for me. That works for countless others. And for you guys that are new to the space, or you may not even be new, you're just questioning whether or not you should stick with it. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. All right. So really, that's all I want to cover. I mean, there's one other thing that I will say that is really helping the market right now, and that is DeFi. I'm actually quite surprised looking at DeFi Pulse. It is obviously lower than the recent high, which is around, I think, 90 billion. But even right now, it is holding at 60 billion, and you can see today a lot of DeFi projects on Ethereum, their locked in value actually went up. So it does show you. I told you that altcoins are driven 100% by retail investors, institutions, and the whales and manipulators. They could do what they want with Bitcoin, and they are driving things with Bitcoin. But retail is basically driving altcoins. And it's very encouraging. Like a day like today, you do have some big movers with altcoins. And it's encouraging today that DeFi projects have also increased with liquidity, which means that people are putting money back in, right? So this was my point from this morning, is that retail investors are getting smarter and not falling for the FUD as much, and realizing that, yeah, maybe I came in because I want to make a quick buck for Dogecoin, but now I see the bigger picture. There are awesome projects out there, and there are DeFi projects that is here to stay. So I should stay around and invest rather than to make a quick flip, right? So it does show that, yeah, not all retail investors are scared. There's a lot of them that's sticking with the game plan, and that's just good overall. That's very, very good overall. All right, so that's what I wanted to say. I'll make it real quick. I'll do some quick Q&A and let you guys get your Sunday back. And tomorrow in the U.S., we still have Memorial Day, right? So it's going to be a low volume day, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Bitcoin and crypto. Let's see, scroll down. Lucan asks, what happened then? Why did it all go down? That was when the pandemic hit, when everything shut down. It seemed like the world was coming to an end. Toilet paper was non-existent. Food, shopping, grocery stores were empty, right? All the big retailers got shut down. The NBA, the NFL, they got shut down. Sports completely down, right? And Dow and the market crashed. So it literally seemed like it was the end of the world coming. It was that bad. So everything was falling. So of course Bitcoin also fell, right? When people are mass panicking, they go panic. So everything sold off. But let's not forget, Bitcoin recovered very quickly too. Very, very, very quickly. Soon after this video, right, Bitcoin actually came back up, 6,000, 7,000. And then after a couple months, it came back up to 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. And then it just kept going, right? But so many people got figured out around this time period. They thought Bitcoin was just go to zero, and then they just sold everything. They panic sold everything. And then later on, they had to buy back. They had to buy back for a lot more, right? Or they never bought back at all. So that was, that's just unfortunate. You would have missed out within this 1 year and 2 months. One of the greatest gains, one of the greatest rallies ever for Bitcoin that we have, or crypto we have ever seen. That's how tremendous it was. What else is there? John Garcia asks, what are your thoughts on privacy coins? Privacy coins, I get. A lot of people in crypto want to be, they want to get away from the government, from being tracked. They want to be decentralized. I get that, right? But the governments, they want to tax individuals. They want to tax crypto. So that's why a lot of governments around the world have started putting restrictions on exchanges, and those exchanges have delisted privacy coins. So in general, I'm not a fan. If you're trying to make money from privacy coins, I'm not a fan of that. Although many have done well, but I do think eventually the US and everyone else just go ban all privacy coins. So I'm not too into them. But in terms of securing data and hiding your transactions and making sure it's untraceable, I think they're fantastic. Michael, I've never heard of BBO before. Adam, that's a good question. Adam asks, what do we do if we have already gone all in and have no more contribute? Well, the simple thing is just to hodl. Simple thing is to hodl. Here's why. Here's why I think why. Not financial advice, but why I think why. First of all, if you do sell, that's actually really selling. So basically, whatever you have lost is gone, right? You get back whatever you have, and that's it. But if you hodl, you're losing basically potential gains or potential loss. But there's always a chance it could recover, right? So quite simply, you hodl unless you really need that money. Like if you invest in more than we can afford to lose and you're in dire situation, you need that money, yeah, then you shouldn't be in it in the first place. But if you put it in for as investment and you truly believe that this is going to change the world or it's going to account to something that's greater, much greater than what it is now, then you hold it, right? And of course, if you want to put more in, then you just have to find a way to make more money. But use this as an example because when we do recover and come back up and you're in the green again, well, take some profit, take out your initial investment and ride the rest. And that way, if you do have a big fall like this, then you have cash on the side to dollar cost average, right? So you could play in many ways, but if you have absolutely no more money to put in, you simply hodl. That's what I do. Adrian asked about Alpha. Is it Alpha Finance? I remember this. They're like a DeFi play. Oh, they're being DDoS right now. Oh boy, this is so annoying. Come on. Yeah, I've seen this before. There's like a whole DeFi kind of thing, like a whole ecosystem. This is a good amount of TVL. You know, they're over 1.2 billion, and they are on multiple chains, Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. I have seen this before, and the reason being because I've looked at a lot of the VCs, what they're invested in. A lot of them are invested in Alpha Finance, so they could be a good hold, and they are on Binance, so that does give them pumpability. But right now, being where they are, relatively small, you know, with the market weakness, I don't know if they're going to climb back up that quickly. Right now, when there is weakness, generally speaking, people flock to what they know and trust, and that is the big caps and Bitcoin, right? That's why traditionally Bitcoin dominance goes up, and big caps have been doing really well despite weakness because people flock to what they know, right? So I mean, it could be a good pickup right now if you want to pick it up or dollar cost average. But like for me right now, I'm sticking with mostly the big caps and a lot of the layer twos and even EVM compatible chains because I think they're the ones that people know and will flock to and could recover much faster. So that's me. Still bullish on BPRO and VET. A lot more so on VET right now because I just got done saying because a lot of people are supporting VET. I think it'll come up in a big way. BPRO, on the other hand, I do still support. I think they're going to do very well in the future, but right now they may show some weakness because they are a small cap. Darren asked about Jira Wallet. Says everyone loves it. I don't know. I haven't used it before, so I don't know how great it is. Your master key to DeFi. Effortlessly buy, store, send, receive, swap any asset. Well, they seem like they're an all-in-one app. Built on Cardano. Probably not done yet because Gogan's not done. Seems like it's multi-chain, so then maybe they can aggregate DeFi from many different chains. No more switching between multiple apps. Okay. I don't know if they're done. I don't think they're actually done, so I don't know why everyone is bullish on it. It could be because everyone got into the pre-sale or something. So I don't know. But I mean, right now it looks pretty good. I just don't know how good it will be after it comes out. What else is there? Marshawn says George was tore up on that video. I was not feeling it. That I mean, it's hard. It's hard, man. Crypto winter really wrecked a lot of people. Wrecked, financially and emotionally. I had a hard time, honestly, to to keep going. There's times I'm like, what the hell am I doing, right? Like, why am I still in this? Why am I streaming? Back then, my streams were like 3,000 viewers. And today I get 3,000 viewers in like 5 minutes, right? So it was very, very, very hard. I'm not going to hide the fact it wasn't, but I continue forward. I'm like, I've gone through a couple cycles. I'm just going to keep pushing forward. This is what I believe in. And if I'm wrong, then okay. Then I'm wrong. But if I'm right, it's going to pay off. And it did. And it did. Ryan asks, how do you feel about XRP signing all these contracts with central banks? I don't know. I haven't read that they were signing all these central banks. So, I do know that, they announced that they're going to go public after the SEC lawsuit. The SEC lawsuit is still underway. I think it's going to be a big thing. When they settle that eventually, it's going to be a very big, very good thing. Faz, imagine George kept failing the I am not a robot test. I don't even know what test that is. A game. Hey George, can you give me a shout out to my brother Big Joe with toilet paper hands? Come on now, you can't do that to family. You can't do that to family, especially if he's new. I know A game. You've been in it for a while. Maybe not him. You know what? Right now is the time to be cool, calm, collected, and be helpful. It's not a time to be shaming people, right? Shaming people, making fun of people, poking at people, calling out people. That doesn't really help right now. Right now is time to stay collected and form this community. Get away from this toxic community. Still, too many people are blaming others, pointing fingers, getting mad when they should be pointing a finger at themselves. But as a collective, we just need to help educate people and making them see the bigger picture. I know that's hard, but you know what? That's what I'm trying to do. Mist. Yeah, they're just too small, man. Unless there's another mist. Oh, Alchemist. Yeah. Okay, much better. The other one was just way too small. Alchemist. So a gasless flash DEX tip miner, not to get front run, no cancellation fee. Okay. I'm not familiar with this project. They do seem like they are just the DEX. So I can't really comment too much about them. Looking at since they debuted to now have been, holding relatively steady, although they've been going down. They're only at Uniswap. There's something wrong with the self-reported circulating supply. Yeah, okay, I don't know too much about it. Why are more people talking about Arbitrum and how it boosts Chainlink? The same with Parachains and Polkadot. You know what? I don't think it's been circulated that much. Someone told me about it. I was looking at it. Basically, it's like almost like a layer 2 for Chainlink, and it adds in like I think smart contracts and stuff. It's like almost trying to make Chainlink into a full-fledged smart contract thing. I don't know too much about it. I don't hear much people talk about it. I think right now it's because no one's focusing on new projects because of what's going on with the whole ecosystem, right? There's a lot of blood in the street. People are focusing on trying to predict where Bitcoin's going to go, myself included. I can't just say it's just others. I have done that too, right? But maybe that's the reason why. That's the reason why. That could be big. Could be big for Chainlink. Sup, I'm dead. It says, what do you think about Seller Network? Seller is one of those layer 2s that just hasn't caught up. They came out around the same time Matic, and Matic became Polygon. Look at where it is now. Stellar, the way they're doing level 2 is a little bit different, and it's just really never caught on. Just never really caught on. A game, appreciate that once again. What are your thoughts on Ampleforth? You know, Coinbase, CEO Coinbase. Yeah, I think Ampleforth is like it's like I think it's a stable coin backed by multiple coins. Unless I'm thinking about different, maybe no, that might be reserve rights. Let me see. I forgot what Ampleforth was. Oh, is it an algorithmic stable coin? I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's a stable coin that can actually that rebalances itself. That's what it is. I mean, it's interesting. It's one of those DeFi plays. You know, it's they try to peg themselves to $1, but they're using some kind of algorithm to do it, not so much by how much reserves they hold. So, I mean, it can be used for many things, especially DeFi. Not something I'm very particular interested in. iCost007, I appreciate that. Philippe asked about Engine. I'm a big fan of Engine. I recently talked about them and created a video about top 10 altcoins to hold. Engine is one of them. I think in the DeFi space, I mean NFT space, they're one of the big ones. Hard Drama, I've been holding since 2013. Well, congratulations. Even I got flooded out in 2014, right? So good for you, and I appreciate the kind words. Richard's SEC Secretary of 2024. Thoughts on PokeSwap in relation to other DEX offerings in the market? You know, PokeSwap, just like kind of the other AMMs, the problem is PokeSwap itself is very undervalued. PokeSwap, I mean Polkadot, I should say, has really lost a lot of luster. If you look at a 3-month performance, they're actually way in the red versus all these other big caps that are way in the green. So I think that has been hurting it. I think parachains, that could turn things, but right now all these Polka projects are not doing well at all, including Polkadot itself. So I just have to see if things turn around. I like Polkadot. I don't think they're gonna go away anytime soon, but they're losing a lot of traction right now. A lot of what do you call it? I guess the network effect, and a lot of that is going to Polygon. I mean, it would not surprise me Polygon moves past Polkadot in the near future. OWeb TV, I think you mean Harmony. I like Harmony. I think they're one of the promising EVM compatible chains. Another one is Phantom. You know, Elrond is in there, although I don't hear much about Elrond recently. Any info on Coinbase will be listing Solana? No, they already announced it, so it'll come. It'll come when it comes. Have I heard of GSX? I think that's the one. Yes, by Gold or something. Yeah. I'm not really into crypto that's like supposedly backed by gold or silver or anything. I just don't think it's necessary. VeChain's future, I like VeChain. I think VeChain's futures could be very, very, very bright. Very bright indeed. Vinny, how are you? Fantastic job. Thank you. Hopefully I'll meet you in Vegas. Thoughts on Injected Protocol, mainnet coming. Injected Protocol, you know, they have a DEX for synthetic stuff. Yeah, so they have a lot. They have a lot of partnerships, a lot of things coming. Yeah, they're like a DEX for derivatives. It could be big. They were really hyped up, and then they kind of came down. The mainnet could be a big thing for them. Yaxis, probably too new. Yeah, relatively small. It's like a rewards kind of thing, like a staking kind of play. I don't know if I would trust them. They're too small for me. Strawman, just to thank you for convincing me to hold VET and BTC back in 2018 when I got wrecked. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here now, so I'm glad to hear that. I mean, there was days. I mean, I showed you guys this clip from 2020, but man, there's days in 2018, 2019. It's just so bad and so brutal, right? And I was just like, what the hell? Why are we holding? But today we're much better off for it, right? So sometimes it just seems like, you know what, it just can't get any worse. But those are times that you continue to hodl and you continue to buy if you can, and you will be rewarded in the future, right? Now, I gotta say, for altcoins, not everything. A lot of altcoins, even the ones I recommended, have not come back, right? So altcoins are not completely there. But the ones that are good, the ones that have good teams, good leadership, good traction, right? They continue to thrive. And many of them have come up thousands to tens of thousands of percents within the last few years. Price prediction for Cardano, I'm not going to give them any more because people already call me out on price predictions. Like, look at you, you're wrong about this and this. These are educated guesses, guys. It's not like there's any scientific proof of why something needs to be at this price at this time, right? But I will say Cardano, I think, will go very far because look at how high they are, despite the fact that smart contracts isn't even out yet. That tells you something. Everything else is driven by DeFi projects. Cardano is not. It's driven by basically faith right now. But imagine when DeFi projects do come, how strong they will be then. I think they'll go much higher. Kuze, that's a fair point because I don't really like their structure that much. They're very closed. They're very closed. So not like other open source software, but I guess that's okay if they could keep building and growing, right? Which is they're doing. So yeah, they're good if you like them. Get ready, tsunami incoming. Okay, thank you. What's going on with Theta? Any hope of turnaround? Yeah, their Theta 3.0 is coming in July. I think they'll get a big turnaround. Right now, you got to realize everything is down. The entire market cap is down. Obviously, with Bitcoin coming down from 60,000 down to 30,000, I mean, obviously, things are going to move with it and come down, right? But Theta, you know what? They lost a lot of traction when they delayed their mainnet. I think there was a lot of hope towards that, but it is coming. It is coming in July. So I would say stick with Theta. I do like them. How long do you think we're going? I don't know what you mean by that. How long do you think before we truly recover? It could be months. It could be a couple months. I have streamed for 4 years, and throughout the 4 years, there's been many times where every day Bitcoin is literally the same price, like the same price. It doesn't move, and I have done that for months. Right? So we could see something like that before we go back to the 50s and 60s again, right? But even then, that's okay. That's okay. Volatility dies down and gives you time to accumulate. For people that don't have money, maybe you could get some money and accumulate then, right? So it's not all a bad thing. Thoughts on Tron and pack of staking income? There's a lot of project that gives you passive income. I don't 100% trust Tron because I don't trust the leadership of Justin. So maybe that'll change one day, but right now, I just don't. United, we believe all the money XRP Army. All right, well, I'm glad you're supporting the channel. On Marshall and Marlin. Marlin, I'm okay. It's like a DeFi accelerator. On Marshall, I forgot what they were about. All right, guys, I'm going to end it soon. Last few questions. On Marshall is, oh, it's a way to grab data from multiple chains. I think it's a good idea. I don't think it's very sexy though. You know, it's primarily used for like bot makers or notification services or DeFi, but it's just not a very sexy project. Thoughts on buying BTC from Cash App? Any particular reason not to? Well, I think Cash App you could withdraw. So actually, no, I don't think there's any reason other than that you don't have the same kind of pairs that other exchanges does. Um, you never talk about AMP. Why not? Yes, I do all the time. I'm one of the only ones that talk about AMP. But you gotta realize there's not that much to talk about every single day about a single project. No matter how much you love it, right? Day to day, you gotta realize I do 2 streams every day, and day to day, week to week, there's not that much to talk about about a lot of these projects. But I do like AMP. Benjamin Cohen. Yeah, I think, just real quick, I talked about Ben yesterday. I think he took offense to it. He sent out a tweet this afternoon. I didn't even get a chance to read it. He deleted it, but supposedly he said, hey, I'm calling him, I was spreading lies about him. Let's not do that. I was not spreading lies about him. He called it a bear market. I didn't like it, and I don't agree with his definition. So that's all I said, right? I even said he's one of the most respected TA guys out there. I was not trying to bring him down. Right now, like I said, I think everyone should stand together and work together. But I just didn't like his definition. And plus, it was during a day when a lot of other guys kind of folded to FUD. And you know what? I don't like seeing that. So just to clarify that. Chai asked, I bought 2 Bitcoins at an average of 50,000. So basically I can relax, enjoy this beautiful life, and put a few bucks in here and there on the dips. Yes. But if you're expecting that, to make you into a millionaire overnight, of course not, right? But Bitcoin is a long hold. I think it's going to be, the upside is basically infinite. Maybe not this cycle. This cycle, a lot of people talk about, including myself, going up to like $200,000, $300,000. I still think that could be a possibility. Right now, it seems like it's impossible to move up 10x, but we have seen moves as much more aggressive than that, right? So maybe not this cycle, where it goes above, let's say, 200,000, 300,000. But remember, there's a cycle after that, and then a cycle after that, and a cycle after that. Bitcoin is scarce. It'll only get more scarce as more and more people want it, and as the halving event decreases, how much gets produced. So remember that. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Bitcoin's right around 35,000. We'll see if it goes down tomorrow. If it doesn't, do we avert this bloody Sunday, Monday nonsense, right? Whether or not we do or not, just remember, putting things in perspective, just like a year ago, it may seem like it's just bad, right? It's really bad. It can't get any better, but trust me, it can. Millionaires, the ones that have made a lot of money, not even millionaires, 100,000aires, 10,000aires, people that made a lot of money traditionally have bought low and hodled. That's it. Not so much from trading, not so much from using leverage and all this stuff, primarily from buying low and selling high. So trust me, right now, where we are is way, 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 way better. Way, way better than even a year ago, which is not that long. And so many people that have held and bought during these dips are the ones that have made a tremendous amount of money and have attained life-changing wealth. So I will continue to do that. I'm going to avoid the FUD, and hopefully you guys do that too. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right?